Hello, welcome once again. Today we are going to discuss tilapia breeding, feeding fingerlings and juveniles. Many fish farmers lose tilapia at the fingerling stage without knowing why. In this video, I'll show you healthy tilapia fingerlings and juveniles while I feed them, and I will explain what really matters for successful tilapia breeding. What you are seeing here are tilapia fingerlings. As you can see, at this stage, survival depends on proper feeding, clean water, and good management. Healthy fingerlings are active, they swim aggressively, they respond quickly to feed. When fingerlings are weak and slow, it's usually a sign of stress or poor condition. What you're seeing here, see how they're moving. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see how active they are. So we're going to feed them for you to see how active how they respond to feed. So feeding is very important. At this stage, I feed small quantities so the fish can finish everything. Overfeeding can cause dirty water, low oxygen, that's the low dissolved oxygen, and disease. Underfeeding slows growth. So balance is the key. You have to balance between your feeding and underfeeding, overfeeding and underfeeding. So I'm going to feed them some feed now. Just look out and see how they're going to rush the feed to. See the frenzy. That shows you how active they are. So you feed in small quantity, they can finish. Don't just pour the feed there and go. So pollute your water. These ones I'm feeding them 2 ml. Some of them are also eating 0.8. So between 0.8 and 2 ml. Now I'm going to take you to our juvenile section because grading is very important. You have to grade your fish to avoid stunted growth because tilapia, they are prolific breeder, and if you don't give them enough space or grade them, it will affect their growth. So here we have our juveniles. So these ones are bigger. They are much bigger than these ones. These are the fingerlings I showed you earlier. So this is the juvenile tanks. You see they are much bigger. So you can see their sizes and their movement. They have stronger movement. Juvenile, they grow faster, but they also need more space and good water quality. If you manage this stage well, you're already on the path to a successful harvest. So tilapia breeding, they breed very easily. See, in my farm, there's 2 ways you can breed tilapia. Either you collect the eggs, mature eggs from already fertilized egg after spawning from the parents. These are Niloticus, Photochromis niloticus, night tilapia. They are mouth brooders. The female carry the eggs, the fertilized eggs in their mouth, and after a few days or week, depending on the temperature of the water condition, the eggs will hatch in their mother, and their mother will pick up the fries from time to time in their mouth, and they are strong enough to swim on their own. So you can either, but what I do practice in my farm, I allow them to hatch the egg before I collect the fries after a few days or week, so that I can feed them properly. So either you collect the eggs, fertilize eggs, and incubate them, or you allow the mother to incubate them in their mouth and collect the fry when they hatch. So see the babies. So I'm going to feed them for you to understand how active and agile these juveniles are. So watch out for their feeding frenzy. See? That's how strong and active they are when they are feeding. The way they are rushing the food. You feed them in small quantity. So, and also make sure that these are properly graded. The small ones, the juveniles in a separate tank, and while you have the bigger. Some people ask me whether it's possible to grow tilapia in plastic containers. Yes, this is a plastic container. This is half of a 1,000 liters container. See, it's half. So here we have tilapia growing very well. The key is proper water management. The water quality must be right, the water temperature and conditions, then and proper feeding technique and portion. So that's, you see, they're doing very well inside this tank. They were all bred here. So see how they've grown. They've grown very well. Some of them are even seeing some are already entering adults inside this tank. Tilapia breeding success is not luck. It's not about luck. It's about proper management. So if you manage your stock very well, even in this small container, they'll still do well for you. You can still see them. See, they're not overcrowded. The stocking density is very important as well. So that's what we'll have here. So if you find this video helpful, like, share, and share it so that I can reach those who need it. Subscribe to Farm Synergy TV for real farm experience and practical fish farming tips. Drop your question in the comment section and I'll respond accordingly. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video. Ciao.